Let me ask you something. What if the life you really want in, say, 2026 isn't going to be built by some big motivational speech or getting lucky or having one breakthrough moment? What if it's actually built by something much quieter, much slower, and, let's be honest, way more boring? Because it is. It's built by all those little, consistent things you either do every single day or you keep putting off.
You know that feeling, right? You start a new year with these huge goals, you're fired up, you've got all these dreams, but then the year goes by and you're kind of in the exact same spot. Same stress, same routine, same old excuses. And look, it's not because you're lazy. The hard truth is, most people are chasing the completely wrong thing. And this right here is the heart of the problem. We chase the flashy stuff, that sudden burst of motivation, the dream of going viral overnight, or that one perfect, life-altering decision. But that stuff, it's like lightning in a bottle. It's fleeting. What actually works, the stuff that quietly changes your entire reality, is everything in that right column. Just simple consistency, those boring habits, and tiny, tiny daily actions.
This quote just nails it. Relying on motivation is a total trap. It's an emotion, you know? It comes and it goes. The real turning point, the moment where change actually starts to happen, is when you choose to show up anyway. It's about choosing that consistency, even when it feels uncomfortable or boring or like you're not making any difference at all.
Okay, so let's really dive into the framework for making real, lasting change. We're going to walk through 3 pillars that'll take you from feeling stuck to actually building a new future. We'll start with building awareness, then we'll move on to building a consistency engine, and finally, we'll talk about learning to act intentionally.
So our first pillar is all about awareness. The best way to think about it is like turning on the lights in a dark room, right? Before you can move around or fix anything, you have to actually see what's there. This is that essential first step, and honestly, it's the one most of us skip. You know, this totally flips the script on what we think discipline is. The foundation of change isn't about using brute force or willpower. Nope. It's about clear, honest observation. It's just looking at your own behaviors, how you spend your time, your money, your energy, without any judgment. Just seeing the truth for what it is.
So how do we actually build this awareness?
Well, let's look at 3 super simple but really powerful habits. First, a weekly reflection. We're talking 20 minutes to just ask yourself what worked this week, what didn't, and what do I need to change? It's like your own personal course correction system. Then there's money awareness. Just track what you spend each day. That's it. It makes those invisible spending habits totally visible. And finally, end the day with wins. Before you go to sleep, write down 3 small things that went right. This literally rewires your brain to start looking for progress instead of problems.
And all that newfound awareness flows right into our second pillar, the consistency engine. Okay, this is the heart of the whole transformation. And this is where we build unstoppable momentum through these small, non-negotiable daily actions. And what that does is it builds self-trust, which is something motivation can never, ever give you. A huge concept here is something called Kaizen. It's this Japanese philosophy of making these tiny 1% improvements every day. Now, the magic of Kaizen is that the change is so small, your brain doesn't even fight it. You want to get fit? Don't commit to an hour at the gym. Just do 1 push-up. Seriously, it completely bypasses that mental friction that kills all our big goals.
In this engine, it's fueled by repetition. Think about it. Waking up at the same time every day. Your brain loves rhythm. This gives it stability and clarity. Or eating the same few simple, healthy meals. This isn't about being boring. It's about saving your mental energy for the decisions that actually matter. And oh, don't forget a daily silent walk. No podcasts, no music. It's not about exercise. It's a mental reset, like a shower for your brain.
Okay, this is where we see the real magic happen. It's the power of compounding. Just look at this. Reading 10 pages a day feels like nothing, right? But over a year, boom, that's about 12 books. Saving just 1% of your income might seem pointless, but it builds the identity of someone who actually values their future. And learning 1 new money term a day, that builds real, unshakable financial confidence. These tiny inputs create absolutely massive outputs over time.
Which brings us to our final pillar, acting intentionally. So once you have the awareness and you've built your consistency engine, this is where you finally take the wheel. This is all about making conscious choices to protect your most valuable resources, your time, your focus, your energy. It's the shift from just reacting to whatever life throws at you to actually directing.
And a really powerful way to do this is with a super simple nightly plan. This little routine sets you up to win the next day before it even starts. So first, just choose 3 priorities for tomorrow. That's it, just 3. Then,
Create what you might call a digital sunset. Turn off all your screens an hour before bed so your brain can wind down. And finally, write down your 3 wins from the day to close things out with a feeling of progress.
And there are a few other game-changing intentional habits. Protect your first hour. Treat it like it's sacred. No phone, no email, no news. That hour is for you. Use the 24-hour rule for those impulse buys. Just wait a day. You'll find the emotion fades and logic comes back. And maybe most important of all, keep the small promises you make to yourself. Every single time you say you'll do something and you actually do it, you build self-trust. And that is the true foundation of all discipline.
So when you bring all of these pillars together, you get to this really powerful truth. The future version of you, that person you dream about being in 2026, they aren't created in some huge, dramatic, life-changing moment. No, that person is forged in the quiet, the mundane, in the boring days that you simply do right. The person you are going to be in 2026 is being decided right now, today. It's being decided by whether you read those 10 pages, or take that walk, or keep that tiny promise to yourself. It's all being built, one boring day at a time.
And you know, that's the thing you got to remember through all this. No one is going to give you a round of applause for waking up at the same time every day. No one's going to notice you saving that tiny bit of your income. The work is quiet. It's often invisible. But in a couple of years, the transformation in your confidence, your clarity, your whole life, it will be absolutely undeniable.
So this whole thing really brings us to the only question that actually matters. It's not about changing your entire life tomorrow. It's just about starting. So pick one. Just one small, boring, repeatable habit that you can commit to. Which one is it going to be?